Trojans last year, showing some dominance in 4A. They knew the 5A jump could cause some growing pains.
Well, they hit their first snag last week on the first week of region play, falling in an old-time slugfest to West Ashley. Tonight got a little tougher. Boy, did it. Undefeated Somerville at the backyard.
All right, so let's head to the backyard for this game. Late first quarter, still no score in the game. Javen Williams, the sophomore, takes the handoff, and he is gone. That's a touchdown, 10 yards on the score. Was 7-0 at the half. Second half now, ball on the 40-yard line, and Javen Williams will break it off, weaving in and out of the James Island defense, making guys miss. That is a touchdown. James Island defense, they play a very nice game tonight, certainly holding Somerville under their average in points. Malachi Jefferson and Luke Thomas find their way into the backfield, but Somerville is too good, too fast. Javen Williams again, just breakaway speed every time he gets the ball. 55 yards to the house on that play. Somerville defense is pretty darn good too. JT Williams gets around and in for the sack right here, and then more offense for good measure. More Javen Williams because he likes to pad the stats. Again, he is in for the fourth time. I guess he would be the player of the game. Somerville wins it 26-0, the final score.
Yeah, it feels good. I just got done telling the team this is as proud as I've been in them in a long time. What a great team win. How about that defense? Lights out on defense. Yeah, they just all pulled together, routed around each other, did a great job. And this is what we expect to do on Friday night, so really pleased.
Well, both West Ashley and Fort Dorchester have had ups and downs this year. These two teams both in tight battles a week ago. Fort Dorchester losing a shootout with Ashley Ridge. West Ashley topping James Island in a slugfest. Fort Dorchester down 21-7 in the second quarter, really struggling inside the 5 tonight. Ryan Campbell stuffed on 4th and 1 from the 1. Wildcats take over but can't do anything with it. Patriots get the ball back. Kevin Johnson goes up top to Anthony Williams for the touchdown. Cuts the West Ashley lead to 21-14. Wildcats trying to regain control in this one as they go deep, but the pass is going to be picked off by Roman Parson. And that would be a comedy of errors tonight in this game. The very next play, Kevin Johnson, deep pass. His pass is picked off by David Dunian. The score remains 21-14, West Ashley at the half. Second half, the errors continue. Kevin Johnson's deep pass picked off in the end zone by Jalen Capers. But the Wildcats would give the ball right back. The pass picked off by Jordan Wright appears to be a pick 6, but they would call an illegal block. No touchdown, but the Patriots keep the ball. Fort D inside the 5. The struggles continue. Ryan Campbell around the outside appears to get in, but the refs say he's short. Next play, quarterback sneak is an absolute disaster. Banks Wickersham gets knocked back. The ball comes loose. West Ashley recovers, but Fort Dorchester would finally recover. They win it 34-21.
It's not every day we put a Skeeza game in the top block of our show. It's also not every day we get a showdown like a 6-1 Porter Goud team visiting a 7-0 Northwood Academy team. A massive contest. Porter's only loss this year to Hammond. Northwood gets them next week. So let's head out to Northwood Academy, and Johnny Waters bringing fireworks. He's got fireworks taking the field. And how about Austin Grady dropping back and finding Gabriel Cook for a first down? Austin Grady, good to have him back. Grady then drops back again, finds Aiden Hogan. Huge gain right there for the Northwood Academy Chargers. That sets up Keyshawn Singleton, who punches it in for the touchdown, and Northwood Academy is up doing what they've been doing all year long. But Porter Goud, you knew they would come back because they've been explosive offensively. Their quarterback, Nolan Schumann, scrambles. He finds his way for a big-time gain right there. Then he'll hand off to J.J. Flood for the touchdown, and Porter Goud, huge win tonight. Northwood undefeated no more, 28-12 the final.
Yeah, well, it was a big win. You know, I mean, our guys played really well, played really physical, and I think good things happen when you do those things.
Talk about Northwood came in with a lot of momentum, 7-0. Obviously, y'all been playing well too. Just talk about what was the difference tonight.
Well, I mean, we're pretty good. We played a really difficult schedule and played some really good teams, and we played well in all those games. So, I think, we felt like we'd go out and play well. We knew we couldn't turn the ball over, and we had to limit their big plays, and they got some early on us, but we settled in and did a really good job.
Well, there is Stratford head coach Denny McDaniel. His Knights hosting Lucy Beckham tonight. 2:55 left in the second. Jakin Davis drops back. He finds Jacob Deacon for a big gain inside Lucy Beckham territory. Later in the drive, Jakin Davis hands to Kerwin Squire Jr. for the touchdown, but it wouldn't take long for Lucy Beckham to respond. Chalmers Ballard scrambles and finds Capers Driggers for a big gain here. 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Chalmers Ballard finds Talmadge Askins for the touchdown. As we head to the third quarter, Stratford would go for it on fourth down, but did not get it. And Lucy Beckham would eventually capitalize. Chalmers Ballard back under center. And he's going to drop back, eventually delivers a dime that we did not see. But there you go. Stratford goes on to win a wild one, 42-38.
One heck of a game right there. All right, how about Russell Zare and Cane Bay making the trip to Mount Pleasant, looking for win number 1 tonight, playing the Wando Warriors. End of the first half, Wando trying to mount a late drive, but the ball is coughed up, picked up by Cane Bay's Jamari Blandon. He is Johnny on the spot for the Cobras right there, gets knocked out. 13-7 Wando at the break. Second half now, Wando driving. Harris Stone hits Kai Correa. That is a nice first down for the Tribe of East Cooper. And from there, Michael Jenkins will finish it up for the score, and Wando is up 20-7 on Cane Bay. They decide they're going to go for 2. And how about this 2-point conversion? He's just running around looking. And then finally, there's a wide open Brock Feinberg in the end zone. That's good for 2. Pulls it in right there. Cane Bay, though, drives it right back. They're running the option to perfection. Corin Hoop takes off, and he is down deep into Wando territory. First down for him, and then they'll go right back to Hoop. This time breaks free for the touchdown. Wando, though, goes on to win this one 28-21. Good ball game east of the Cooper River.
Well, Stahl gave up 77 points last week against Somerville. This week hoping to fare better with Ashley Ridge in the house. Not a good start for Stahl. Opening drive, Jaden Acosta rumbles 42 yards for the score. Very quickly, 7-0 Ashley Ridge. Stahl with the ball, but not for very long. They get the ball back and do go to work, or try to, but Mario Pringle from the blind side gets the sack. The ball pops loose, but it's ruled a safety. 9-0 Swamp Foxes. They get the ball back and immediately go to work again. Trevor Kalish to Jagger Spivey, and he's got those moves like Jagger. He's going to reach for the pylon, but comes up just short.
How long did you think of that joke for?
I've been thinking about that one all day. As soon as I found out his name was Jagger. We know this name. Jaden Acosta does the honors again. 16-0. Less than halfway through the quarter. Ashley Ridge romps in this one, 72-0.
All right, stay with us. Much more still to come, including the red-hot Bishop England battling Bishops.
This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Welcome back, everybody. Each and every week, Bishop England is surprising us with how well they're playing, how quickly they've turned things around. 5-1 with another big win last week.
Absolutely, but tonight, their toughest test of the year, an undefeated 6-0 May River team ranked 5th in the state.
All right, so let's head over to Bishop England, over to Daniel Island, trying to overcome an early 14-0 deficit at home, but May River trying to make a comeback harder. Andrew Johnson on the toss left. He has got the edge and some speed, picks up a block, and to the goal line, and he's in. That's a score. Bishops trail 21-0 at the half to the Sharks. Bishop England, the offense with some life in the third quarter. Zach Baylog with the end around, finds some room to run, picks up a block, and he moves the ball 26 yards before he is brought down. That is a big first down for the Bishops, but not much more. May River back on offense in the fourth. Andrew Johnson again on the run around the left side, gets the edge, sidesteps to the sideline, gives the Sharks a first down in the red zone, and then this time it's Sean Mitchell with the handoff up the middle. He puts it in the end zone for another May River touchdown, and May River wins this one. 35-8 is the final score. The North Charleston Cougars have been impressive this year, heck, losing a coach on the first day of practice and still starting 4-2 4-2 is pretty impressive. However, their competition has not been anything compared to Oceanside, now a region foe. So let's head out to Charleston Southern. There is interim head coach John Patterson, and he has to like what he sees from his team tonight because they're very good. Out of the rip, I'd say Max Mormon's in the backfield pretty quickly right there. Tackle for loss. Then Oceanside pressuring North Charleston. They put up an errant pass that is intercepted by Michael Strickler playing center field out there. Offense, plenty of that. Will Virgilio with the catch right here, and he'll take it all the way down to the 1-yard line before being knocked out by the Cougars. Next play, no problem. A big man touchdown. Mike Jones scores it, and Oceanside rolls over North Charleston 41-6, the final score.
Philip Simmons hosting Burke as the Iron Horses are pumped up and ready to go in this one. The Iron Horse defense showing off first. Brady Tonnen blowing up this Burke rushing play in the backfield, putting the Bulldogs behind the sticks. Iron Horse offense working the ground game. Travarius Walker on the handoff. He's got some room and he's got some moves picking up the first down. Then it's Walker again on the give. He makes some space around the left edge, a little stiff arm. He finds his way down the sideline for the score. Philip Simmons up 8-0 after converting the 2-point conversion. More Iron Horse ground game. This time, Darrell Porcher with the move, picking up a first down and moving the sticks. What works? Keep doing it. Porcher again, inside handoff, shakes a tackle, jukes a few more, and the only thing that's going to bring him down is his own feet, but he gets the first down there. Then the Iron Horse offense keeps rolling, keep on feeding the ball to Porcher. This time he finds the edge and drags the defenders down inside the 15. Would Porcher be able to find his way into the end zone? The inside give again, shaking a defender and weaving his way in and out. He's going to add 6 more to the Iron Horse lead. Philip Simmons rolls in this one 50-8.
All right, stay with us. More still to come after the break.
This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Welcome back, everybody. 1A football now, and Baptist Hill appears to be hitting their stride, the momentum of an overtime win over Military Magnet last week.
Branchville is 5-1, but their loss, a bad one to Cross, who is likely the top 1A team around.
All right, so let's head out to Hollywood. Baptist Hill players prepping mentally and spiritually before the game. Good script there, Jason Ty. A short yardage touchdown here for Branchville's Kyler Priest. Yellow Jackets up 7-0 in the first. Nice spin move, though, by the Bobcats. Kylan Gordon in the red zone. He takes it in for the score. That's a really nice touchdown right there. Good for him. But a 2-point conversion attempt with the pitch to Gordon fails at the goal line. It is 7-6 Branchville in the lead, and Branchville goes on to win this one 36-20, the final score.
St. John's hosting Bethune-Bowman, honoring the St. John's Islanders seniors at the half. Islander quarterback Jamel Givens with the across the backfield pass to Cameron Jones-Champio, who runs to the other side and then races past Mohawks defense for the touchdown. 7-6 Islanders in the third. But back comes Bethune-Bowman. The quarterback, Jaquil Mack, with the short pass to Jaleel Staley, who races into the end zone. However, Mack would miss with his 2-point conversion attempt as the pass in the back of the end zone sails too high. 12-7 Mohawks, and Mohawks go on to win this one by a final of 26-7.
So you went with the Jagger, moves like Jagger, but you didn't go return to the Mac?
You know, I can't think of them all. It's too much pressure.
Oh, come on, the Return of the Mac.
That's my theme song too, Return of the Mac. Come on.
Oh, there you go. It's your theme song.
Yeah, that's what they play whenever I come into the station. You didn't know?
I didn't know that. No. I'm going to use it a lot of times with Chris Mack at the College of Charleston now. All right, let's pass along some scores for you tonight. Beaufort, they shut out Colleton County 23-0. Woodland and Andrews play a heck of a game out in Andrews tonight. 19-6 Woodland winners in that one. Crazy game decided in the final 30 seconds of it up in Orangeburg tonight. Hanahan falls to Orangeburg Wilkinson. The Bruins take that one 21-17, the final score. Colleton Prep 30 and Patrick Henry 19. And did not refresh the scoreboard here, but we had some technical difficulties on some of the games getting them in-house tonight. Those games, 13-10, Goose Creek beats Berkeley, and then the other game was a dominant win. I believe it was 47-13, Timberland beating Academic Magnet. Stay with us, much more after the break.
This is Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet on News 4.
Well, let's take a look at the college football Saturday as we take a look at some of the games coming up tomorrow, and it starts at noon. South Carolina has a bad habit of facing teams the week after they're upset. Now South Carolina has to go to Alabama after they were upset by Vandy last week. That could get ugly. Meanwhile, Clemson is at Wake Forest. And then at 2 o'clock, it's Charleston Southern at Linwood. And then this game was moved up to 2:30, the Citadel at Western Carolina.
That game won't be played with any fans up in Cullowhee, obviously, as they still recover from the storms up in the western North Carolina area. Citadel is bringing a big old load of supplies for the Catamount community, which is pretty awesome to see. Let's check out our play of the night tonight. And it's kind of like pick one of them, because Javen Williams was awesome on our Friday Night Rivals game on MyTV Charleston. This, I thought, was the nicest of his touchdowns. It is the 55-yarder. He is unbelievably fast. That is really, I mean, that defense was just well behind him. Javen Williams, 4 touchdowns tonight in a Somerville win over the James Island Trojans. So he is our player of the night, and he has our play of the night as well tonight. So what do we learn tonight? I think we learned that Somerville continues to be really, really, really good. Stratford, great win tonight for them. I also learned tonight Bishop England might have a little trouble with some of the better teams. We thought they were really good. And Porter Goud, how about them?
Absolutely. And Fort Dorchester, they overcame a ton of errors to win that game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, for Web Right, I'm Scott Eisberg. Thanks so much to our team of photojournalists. We'll see you again next Friday night. Have a great one, everybody.